Hey Tribe, hey, happy Wednesday. Just wanna looking at this sign because the first time I saw this sign was in 20, and it's now 2025. And I did my workout today. I did two workouts. I did the my yoga for the pretzel, and I did my 3 mile run, which was ooh baby. And so anyway, I was just thinking when I saw that sign about yesterday when I was talking to you guys and about the whole energy signature and how cool that is. And so when I just realized where I parked, I knew I was coming over here. However, it was like when I realized where I parked, and then I looked around because then I didn't know where I was at, and I just happened to come into this place to change my clothes to get ready to, guess what? Yep, you guessed it. What I always do is do my workout. So that was November, and oh yeah, I was training for the let's see, I was training for something. I was training for had to be reggae. Yeah, reggae marathon. I was gonna say Gay River Run, however, no, reggae marathon. Oh, look at that butterfly. So I was training for reggae marathon, and the person who I'm with now, who at the time was just someone I had just met. Let's see, when did I meet? May, June, July, August, September, October, November. 6 months prior. Oh wow, the history. 6 months prior is now my husband. Well, you know, we use husband. However, he's my partner. You know, I've already explained my journey on that. We'll do a couples thing later on to talk about it more. However, I'm totally excited about that part of the journey. It's like, oh my goodness. And I'm we're at 7 years. Yeah, we're at our 7 year together. Husband, wife, using our own terms. And anyway, it's just like, here, I'll let you guys see. Oh, some lights in my trunk. I'll let you guys see. That's so funny. I got everything in my trunk and man, I'm just grateful. Shout out to my husband. Grateful that I could even be out here today. I'm telling you something, when you have the person in your life, yeah, it's something. it's I hate to say it's worth the journey, because it was some bumps in there that, ooh Lord, yeah, I don't know if a person should accept those kind of bumps on his side. He just dismisses it. However, I feel like it's, I don't know, women. Yeah, it has to be another time. You guys can DM me if you want to talk about it. I'll talk about it in a small group or something like that. Not gonna bore everybody else. Everybody's not in the relationship place. However, it's just nice to, I got my, let me see. It's hang on guys. I got my sand shoes on. I told you. I got everything. Everything. To be ready to be out here on the beach at a moment's notice. But oh, the water looks beautiful today. Man, it's like I've been looking at the dark water in Tampa, where we live. However, it's beautiful. The water is beautiful over here. Well, beautiful over here today, because we were out here a month or so ago, and this water was not this color. And I know. It's the sun, the way the sun hits the water. Let me look out for the flags, because when we were here the last time, they had the flags flying. It was so funny because people weren't even in the water. And it was like, why are people in the water? What's going on? Oh, you know what? This is October. This weather may be cold. And then I'm getting ready to see right now. Wow. Yeah. Oh my God. That feels like ice water. Well, it'll be soothing to my feet while I'm walking. So, anyway, wait, I'm gonna walk. We'll walk this way. Danger, falling through. Okay, so anyway, it's just when I thought about the energy, that's when I was just like, man, it's just so cool to just that part of just, how do I want to say it? You know, guys, I've been talking about, because I started out with inside first, and then I started doing the PhD in me, and then I'm now doing the know thyself part, and it's just like, wow, you know, how your own self will lead you where you're supposed to be, no matter what. And the no matter what part is like where interacting with other people comes in. And it's like to see myself at the same place where I was. Let me show you again. And I just ran in there real quick, changed my clothes. I had a little bit of time, and Love and I were going to meet up later for lunch, and I was like, okay, I'm going to go get my workout in, because you know you're doing a half marathon or anything like that. Well, for me, it was my first one. I could not afford to miss any of the run time I needed to have on my legs. Oh, those waves are strong. Any of the run time I need to have on my legs, because you know what that does when you actually get in the race. And when I actually got in the race, oh my God, that was something. But anyway, okay, let me go back. So that was 2018, and for me to be here, almost, so that's 18, sorry, yeah, almost 7 years. So next month will be 7 years, because I came here Thanksgiving of 2018 for the first time. And so I didn't like have any concept or anything. I didn't know. And however, who I am knew. And it's like, that's where you'll never leave yourself. And even if it feels like, wow, what's going on? Where am I at? You know, it feels like someone else is doing something to you, or something else is happening to you, or anything like that. And it's like, that's impossible. That's impossible for that to be happening. It's just about you and how you're experiencing just life. Just how are you experiencing life? And from how you're experiencing life, then your energy, yourself, really knows everything. And it's just, man, I know I'm acting all excited. I can't get my words out. I don't even know if it's really words to explain it. It's just the importance of knowing yourself, and from there just living in that space of knowing yourself. And you can be concerned about whatever whatever things that you want to be concerned about. At the same time, it's like, for me, what I've been learning and what I'm sharing today is just over time, for me, I just kept on going. I just kept on going. And I'm like, it's just no way. I didn't even know to keep on going. I just kept on going. And now to be at a place where I'm just like, hey, I did my workout. I still feel like being out in the sun. I still feel like and the beautiful stuff, I still feel like doing that. So, hey, I'm just going to jump in the car and do that. And it's like the emotions and stuff that came over me was like, wow, this is just amazing how you won't forget yourself. You won't leave yourself. You won't abandon yourself. You won't forsake yourself. You won't manipulate yourself. You won't deceive yourself. You won't hurt yourself. You won't do any of those things to you. Do those things happen? Yes, that's just life. And putting more emphasis on life takes away from the fact of what's really going on. And the most important thing is you, how you see yourself, before anything happens, how you see yourself now, things like that. And it's just like nothing can be more important than yourself. And the more that I work on things, the more that I see things, the more that I experience new things. I don't know if it's so much working on things. I feel like I'm just guiding myself in those spaces that I'm supposed to be in, and it's like nothing's really taking place. I'm just being myself. And being myself, this is it. I'm just being myself. Not doing nothing special, not anything. I'm just being myself. Now, if you were to analyze what I'm doing, it would be like, it's just like the little teeny changes and shifts as information comes in. It's just like, okay, well, that's not what I'm going to do anymore. I see something different. I see where if I want this, I'm going to have to change this. It's like it's not a set path. It's like just understanding that as I go along and I understand things more, and with that understanding, the choices and different things I've made may not be what I'm gonna do anymore. And to me, that's the important thing, because it's like if you're deciding to change your life, change yourself, switch up on anything that you're doing, you're gonna have to be available to look and see and be like, okay, I was going this way and I wholeheartedly thought that going this way or doing this led here, and it doesn't. I get a lot of that with my husband, because I just had a blind spot out for human beings. I just had a total blind spot. I was coming at it from the wrong direction, and wrong meaning that for where I said I want to go, where I said I want to be, and where I said, who I said that I am, that I'm not gonna get to that person that way. I may eventually get to some semblance of that person, and my husband knows that I want to be all the way who I'm supposed to be. I want to live fully as myself, and that comes by understanding who I am. And even at times he's like, I know you need to go do your drive. I know you need to go do your walk. I know you need to get outside. I know you need to go see your friends, meaning the dolphins, the manatees, the stingrays, all the other wildlife that I get to see and enjoy. He's like, I know, I know you go do your thing. And it's like in doing that, it's just released me from every single thing that I thought had to be in order, had to be in place, was important, whatever. And it was kind of scary for a minute, because it's like, man, all these things are important, because these are the things that I thought I had to work on. These are the things I thought I had to know. This is the way that I thought, okay, these ways are strong. These are the things I thought I had to do and everything in order to have things be a certain way, and it's just not true. It's just not true. And it's just like, are you gonna still be focused on it not being true, or and just stay there. Like, why is it not true? Why isn't it? I thought it was this way. It should have been this way. Why is it this way? Why can't it be this way? You know, um, versus just being like, it's just, I got enough information to know that I need to switch lanes or do whatever, because what I know for myself, what I want, um, isn't going to happen this way. And I'm not caught up on what I thought it should be or whatever. The most important thing is because I know myself. Because I know myself, then I'm able to whatever I need to do that, change that, fix that, make it whatever way that it needs to be, that I'm just able to do that. And it's like no bigger deal than that. No bigger deal than that. And the only way that it's a bigger deal than that is if I want to continue to be like, why isn't it like that? Or how isn't it like that? Or different things like that. And it's like the new people that I've been listening to and enjoying, Rod Hayes, Chief Pontiac is his name, and then Young Elder. It's just exciting to listen to them say, man, their brains just, to me, operated like warp 5. So I just add that to, like, I put that through my own filter, I guess is a way of saying it, where I'm just like, man, that's what I want for myself. I want myself to be able to operate at warp 5 speed, with my thinking, with the pivots that I need to do. I said I wasn't going to use that word. But anyway, with the changes and things I need to do. And then also it's like not paying attention to or being concerned about, things that you just can't prove. I just can't rock with it, because it's just like, it's people who have, from what I've seen, they've left the church and they come into the so-called spiritual world, and then the spiritual world goes into the conscious community, and then it kind of, to me, like gets clogged up and bottlenecked there, and then the conscious community starts dividing and separating itself and into different levels and different places. And it's like, to me, it's still all based on stuff you can't prove. You can't prove God. You can't prove the AI Atlas. You can't prove how the world was set up. You can't prove all of these different things that you're saying, It's like people are going to believe like they believe. I mean, one side believes that African Americans were slaves, and the other side says that African Americans weren't slaves, and and then my husband and I were just talking the other day about how, people will say that thank God, my whatever happened, they're healed and stuff like that. And then if you ask the question, well, why did your God allow that to happen in the first place? Same way with somebody passing away. It's like, oh, God needed an angel, and so they took them. And I'm like, so if that's true and you believe that it's true, it's like, where's the level of pain that you're suffering from because that person is gone? I mean, people destroy themselves when they lose someone physically, I mean, all kind of stuff happens. Or if there is some kind of terrible illness or all these different kind of things, and it's just like, man, I'm just not going to build myself as I release myself from different ideas or different things that I thought and stuff like that. I'm not going to replace them with untruths. So the only thing that I know to be true is myself. That's the only thing that I know is true, is myself. And so from there, I'm just going to build on being able to be okay with the consequences that come with just life. It's like, even saying consequences, it's just like, man, it's just life. The only thing that's happening is just life. That's all that's happening. It's no big deal. It's nobody against me. It's nobody who's trying to hurt me. It's none of that. It's like in people living their day-to-day lives, we're going to bump into each other. And sometimes those bumps are going to be hurtful. Sometimes they're, hurtful as in physical. Sometimes they're hurtful as in mental, spiritual, emotional, financial. It's just because whatever life is, that's what life does. It's not another created person. And that's my thing. It's like one thing I'm not going to do is just go balls in on another created being. I'm just like, even if that person said, hey, I'm the one who set everything in motion, I set the whole world in motion. I'm just like, it's no way to prove that. Prove that you set everything in motion. It's just no way to prove it. And that's the part about wrapping your arms around things that can't be proved. It's just like, even if you believe in Jesus, or you believe in Allah, Muhammad, whoever, all these different things, even if you believe in the universe, even if you believe in all of those things, it's like, that's your belief. That's for you to see. That's not for everyone else. It wasn't never meant to be that way. It was just meant for you. And so the moment that you get into someone has to believe and see and know and do, yeah. That's when you know you really need to get in your closet and just sit with yourself. You need to call off work. You need to quit your job. You need to tell, if you have a family, you need to ask your wife or your husband, hey, I don't even know where I am or what I'm thinking. I need some time away from the family. Can you hold it down for a minute while I go gather myself? Or even if you can't do it for the whole time, it's like, every night, can I have like an hour once we finish with everything? Do you mind if I have an hour, just to myself? And because it's like, it's things that you got to know about yourself. And yeah, I got that time. I kept asking those kind of questions. I mean, at so many places I could have just stopped. Those places were some beautiful places that I was able to find when I started on this part of understanding things. Because it was really just, let me say, it's 1 + 1. I'm saying 1 + 1 is 2, and I'm seeing where the things that I'm around, things that I'm choosing, people that I'm choosing, things that I'm choosing, it's like their 1 + 1 makes 2 isn't looking like what I'm thinking it should look like if I were to do the math. And so it just wasn't making sense to me. And I was like, okay, I'm going to keep on going until it makes sense to me. And as I kept on going for it to make sense to me, what I noticed is it took me outside of the normal people and things like that I would normally be around. And at first it was just like, the natural thing to grab on. And then it was just like, man, I'm not taking these people on that kind of journey with me. I mean, they don't need to go, so it's like just understanding that everybody doesn't have to have that front row on my journey of trying to understand what's going on and put things in place for me, so that, like, I've seen some people who are influencers, they're the head of their spiritual communities, and this was right before COVID struck, and they were saying just some wild things, talking about monsters and, the disaster, along the lines of whoever that gentleman was who said the rapture was going to happen and stuff like that. I'm just like, wait a minute. I'm like, I'm not getting that. That's, yeah, no. You know what I'm saying? And so the whole hashtag know thyself, from maybe wherever it came from, is the important thing for me is when it came into view, it's like, that's what I want. That's what I want. I just want to know myself. I'm tired of looking at other people and expecting or asking questions like, why aren't they XYZ? Why didn't they do XYZ? Why didn't they see XYZ? Why didn't they know better? Why, or why did they bump into me? Why did I bump into them? Why were they standing behind the door so that I bumped them? Like, it's like, man, just tired of the whole thing. So then it's just like, let me see for myself. Let me see for myself. So that's what I'm offering when I'm sharing. It's just like, man, just go invest in yourself. Just go invest in yourself and see for yourself. And then cement yourself 10 toes down in that. And just be like, you know what? This is what I see about myself. This is what these waves are so strong. Let me get out of it, knock myself over. Let me go. Look, it doesn't seem like he's bad, but they are strong. Those waves are strong. So anyway, it's like then stand 10 toes down. So I feel like that's what I've been noticing, and that's what I'm getting to enjoy. And like I say, I really appreciate my husband for allowing me to do stuff like this, where I'm out. It's like you get to experience a different energy. You're not sitting on top of a 9 to 5, different things like that. You're having some space. And at first, of course, I wanted to just feel that space, okay, I got to get, and he was just looking at me like, what are you doing? What are you doing? It's like you don't have to feel space. Why don't you look and see what's going on? So I just really appreciated being able at a totally another level. It's like at a level where not even worried or concerned about anything, because somebody solidly has your back. And I know everybody doesn't have that or can't have that. I haven't had it. This is the first time in my life that I've had it. Because it is so much more than that too, because someone can solidly have your back. However, energetically, they're not for all that deep digging into yourself. It's amazing how people are so attached to you being who you are, and when you start looking and seeing and questioning and asking questions, how it leads to a separation of being around that person. And my thing is, I just want to know. I just want to know how you see me. I want to share with you how I see you. I want to compare notes about how we see stuff together. Because it's like, if you want to have people in your life and enjoy people in your life, that's what it is. It's compromise. It's agreeing to disagree. It's not caring that whatever they believe or think or whatever, it's not doing nothing to you. They're not crossing any of your boundaries. They're not hurting you. They're not doing anything to anybody that you love or care about. Their way of seeing the world isn't doing anything to you, and then also being available to, that may not be your tribe. And that's something that, I'm like, yeah, instead of just, I'm not waking up every day and being bothered by people. I'm not waking up every day so y'all see the water. I'm not waking up every day and being bothered by people. I'm not waking up every day and being concerned about what someone else is saying or what someone else is doing or how they see the world or different things like that, and it's doing something to me, because it's not. It never was. That's the exciting thing about once you get to know yourself. It's like every single person is just released. It's like, man, and I've made apologies, and where I need to make apologies, I'm open to make more apologies or whatever. However, it's just like, man, we're all, if I can at least see that person how I was seeing myself, just trying to find my way, just trying to understand. I just want to be around people, places, things, whatever, that's not always upset and bothered and hurt and everything. I was sharing with my husband. I was like, Dad, it's so funny how when I was just trauma bonding, which I didn't know was trauma bonding. So it's like all those hours and hours and hours and hours and hours spent talking about what happened, this happened, that happened, everything like that, all the things that happened, why it happened, because it happened. I don't know why it happened. I don't know, all these things like that. Those conversations were like great, good. People would talk to you for hours and hours. As soon as you start saying, well, I'm not looking at it anymore like trauma bonding. I'm looking at it like that's just life. Oh no, you can't look at it that way. That person hurt you. That job did this. That did that. There's people out there who do this. And the stuff that people start standing on when all you're saying is, I'm just not standing on that anymore. I'd rather take all of that energy and stand on myself. Take all of that energy and be like, at the end of the day, there's a direct place that I can look and see where I made a choice and that choice led me here. And if I don't like that choice, then I can choose something different. And I'll keep choosing different. 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 And then along with that, it's like one big release of people, one big release of everything. Because it's just like, man, the credit that you give somebody when you're so bothered by them, or when you think they did something to you, or when what they did to you damages you to the point where you're taken off track. And the whole time your true self is saying, hey, don't get off track, don't get off track, don't get bothered. And it's like that part of you, ego, some of it, a lot of it, is like, no, that person needs to know. I need to tell them. I need to defend myself. I need to say this. I need to say, and it's really no. It's like, because nothing that's happening or saying is true. The fact that they hurt you isn't because they had the power over who you really are and they just walked into your life and did something to you. You had to be in agreement in some kind of way. And that's where you go find out. You're like, well, what happened to me, it was a horrible thing that happened to me. This person did this, or anything like that. And that's where, knowing yourself, you got to go and just dig into that part. Not dig into the person, dig into that part. And then you'll find out what you really know about life. And you will come to a place where it's okay. It's okay. It's not even any of that. It's not even any of what you thought happened, because what happens is that if you think it's this, that's all related to the trauma, all that trauma. And then it's just like, well, what do you do? How do you live a life where you're thinking that someone can just come into your life and do anything that they want to it? That you're just fodder to this world, versus just realizing that if they were up this time, they were up this time. You were up the next time. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's nobody who has that kind of lockdown on life. Because if it is, then why do you even believe in God or spiritual or anything? Why? If the end result of everything is just that somebody else has that kind of power, in your life. So, like I said, I don't have all of the